That was me clapping to start and also to say.
Sound?
Yeah, to get your attention.
Yeah.
It's my turn to talk.
We're here. Why am I sounding like everyone else? I have this like weird like Canadian accent that's coming out.
No, I think because you just don't have a strong like Cali accent.
Oh, okay.
No, I like it. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate it so much. Yeah. So as I said, this is our camera. I wanted to say hi everybody over there.
Hello there.
Aww.
Hi.
So we had a unique opportunity to go, thanks to Diamond PR, to go to Hedonism II, which is a hotel, which if you've heard of it before, you've probably heard it's a place for people to get naked and go wild.
Yeah. Like I had no kind of like preconceived. I barely even looked up the resort before I got on the plane and arrived. So like I felt I wanted a very clear slate before I arrived, and when I got there, it just seemed like a lot of free people. You know, like obviously everybody was naked, but it felt like it wasn't like it wasn't so charged. Like
Well, I'd heard of hedonism before in the past, but I heard it was like even when I told my family I was going, they're like, you know what that place is about. And I'm like, well, not really, because have you been? No, you haven't, have you?
and your family's Jamaican.
My family's Jamaican, right?
Yeah.
So to them, like, yeah, go ahead, hedonism.
What I respected about the resort in total was that people respected what you came for. Like, there were people who came for that time.
Yeah.
You know, the people who came
true.
to get it in. But it was almost as if they had like a sixth sense of knowing who was a part of that crowd and who wasn't.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Like
Yeah.
I never had, we all know this. I went there to be like a grandma. Like that was my goal. I'm like, I want to not
Let it
shave.
all hang out.
I want to not make any effort in my appearance. I want to wear funny wigs.
Yeah.
And I want to
Jeannie.
talk to my friends.
Jeannie is her name. That's
Like,
who she
I
is.
didn't want to go out at
Shout out
night.
to the funny wigs.
I didn't want anyone like flirting with me, and
Yeah.
that's exactly the experience I got. People were just like, oh, I can just tell that this person wants to kill all sexual aura around them. We're gonna respect that.
I've been like moving around for the last like 4 years pretty much, and like my main girlfriends are in Toronto, and then when I go home to visit, I'm just working, so I don't really get to hang out with them. And like this was the first time in like years that I was like, oh my god, I miss like being around girls and having like that feminine fun relationship. You realize how much you need it in your life. It's
Very
so important. It's so important. Like you need that balance. You can't just be like a little bit here and then like just male relationships. Like it just doesn't work.
I think the funny thing about like even thinking about like before I got there is I didn't really like I met you on the trip.
Oh yeah, we just
and
met.
and I
She
didn't even
confirmed like the day before we left.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, really?
It was like Thursday, and I was there on Saturday, and it was like, oh, okay, here I am.
Yeah.
I'm going
there
to
we
Jamaica. I'm
are.
gonna be naked. I don't know what's gonna happen here.
So I wish we had more of. Wish we had more Jamaica.
yeah,
Yes, definitely.
totally.
Like if you're
Totally.
going there to be like, I want to experience Jamaica, like that's not
NASA.
It's not the place
Yeah.
for that. But I mean, you know,
I just wanted to go and have a good time and like ideally make a video about it because that's what I do for a living. But when I got there, there was an individual that was very attractive, and an individual. This is so PC. If it was just the three of us, look. So here's what happened. We got the jacuzzi.
It
but-
sounds all romantic.
Yeah. We met. Actually,
Individual.
it did happen. Like we met
I was
eyes.
attracted to her mind.
Yeah.
What did she say that?
She was on a day pass, okay?
I had 6 hours to make something happen. She had a night pass. She was not staying the night. But she was, a very attractive young woman. And shut up. I feel Kiva making fun of me right now. That's how close we've gotten. She can laugh at me just live.
Yeah.
Well, so basically I had an experience, and what happened was she told me that she was interested in doing something public, and I never even had an interest or an intrigue to do something like that. But at that moment, I was very
We're just talking to the people over there. Go
floating
ahead.
in
yes. You see this? This happened in 4 days.
Floating and judging.
Floating and judging.
That was the
I'm talking to y'all. I'm talking to y'all now. We can put my back up. Okay. So I met a young woman, and we immediately had a conversation about what we were into, because kind of hedonism kind of allows for that. Immediately you're having conversations about even though I would never confess this to a stranger, I'm kind of into XYZ. So her thing was she was into kind of public experiences, and even though I've never really considered it before, in that particular moment I was down.
Could have been the Coco Mania. You know
It
what
could
I mean?
have been. There were a lot of Coco Mania.
That's my jam.
What were you guys? You guys kept drinking Overproof and Ting.
Overproof and Ting.
That was,
Overproof
yes.
and Ting was the
national
drink.
sponsored drink.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So maybe like 8 of those in, and you're kind of down for whatever.
You know what, guys? I did not wear contacts or glasses the whole trip. Like the entire time I was blind, like everybody was in like a beige suit, like just a general beige suit. We kind of came to a unanimous agreement though that there's something about clothes that was sexier.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And I think that's what I say too. It's a big like misconception about nude resorts. Like you think it's just this big sexy thing, but I'm like, the naked body, I'm sorry, is not sometimes as sexy as a little bit of clothing to like a little mystery, a little like, you know, wonder. But yeah, so
I definitely felt more myself naked in a weird way. Like you just feel more raw, honest, connected, and you feel like you have less to hide. And that's the thing is too, I feel like everyone should do this once in their life.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like you don't have to like
totally agree.
Just an experience with, especially with friends, like to kind of desexualize it. I think if I had the added pressure, while I wish I kind of had a bay there, I like the fact that there was no pressure to be sexy.
Most people haven't been. Like let's face it, the majority of people are not comfortable being naked, and then once they hear about it, they've already made up their minds what it is. So it's like you know what it is, but you have the shame just because you know what they think it is, and you're like, yeah, I'm staying here.
I wish I ate more. I was eating everything. It was so good. I was loving it. Like I was eating everything. I wish I ate more, and I wish that we've already talked about it. I wish that we explored more of Jamaica. There's something about being at Riquito that you kind of get like so enamored with like the space that you're in that you don't get a chance to kind of like go out and see more of like Jamaica or Negril or whatever. So I wish I did more of that instead of like hanging out on the beach. But yeah, I also just really enjoyed eating the curry goat and the plantains, and I miss it now, and I wish I ate more.
By the way, it's plantain.
We talk about this.
We talked about this.
We chat about this. It's bubbling as plantain.
Bubbling and plantain.
We can do 2 things. That's it. Like, only at an all-inclusive resort will you have an entire farm on your plate. Like the chicken, the dog, the rabbit, the pig, like all of that in one meal. All in her stomach.
I had a petting zoo in my stomach. I legit had a full petting zoo, and I'm really not complaining.
Honestly, I think my favorite was just like like spending that time in the water with you guys and just like having conversations and just being like, like it was just so nice. It was so nice. Like all day long we were in that water. Like I can't remember the last time I've done that. Just like sitting there and we were just like soaking it up and like it was cool. But yeah, and then I had a lavender scrub. We both did at the spa.
Oh, the spa.
I want to do that over again, and I want it to be like 5 hours long because that was so good. That smell, my skin after was popping.
Same. I want it to still be.
It wasn't long enough, so I would totally do that over again.
My favorite part, I think, for sure. Actually, my favorite part was going into town that day.
Yeah, that was nice.
It was just like good vlog footage. Just what it felt like. Like, because our goal was to go there and like create, footage, and we just got so much dope. Like, you had a subscriber come up to you.
Yes. Oh my god, that was my favorite moment. That was just so. It's so funny, and I think that all of us kind of forget this because we do this for work. That like. Sometimes I forget that people actually watch my videos. I know that sounds crazy, but it's like a lot of this, like even right now, we're sitting and we're talking to a camera. It's an object. It's not like, hundreds of thousands of people that are watching our content. So it's like when you meet, like when you have 2 really like super cute, like super innocent young people run up to you in a different country and they're like, yay, and they're so happy to see you, you can't help but just like break down a little bit. Like I felt all of my edge because I was a little on the edge walking through the town. All of my edge, all of the like the weird things that I had going on, everything melted away, and I just became like just happy, like just so like validated and happy, and we were both just like giddy over each other, like, hi, give me a hug please. Like it was just amazing.
Like our last night we went to the disco there. I don't know why resorts call them discos.
That is so strange.
It would just work better. And maybe people would show up.
Or the dance room, you know what I mean?
The dance room?
Yeah.
That sounds like extra.
It was basically a dance room. Yeah, it was like a you're becoming me. What is that?
I was like,
what is happening to me?
One. Like, she's just like,
what is happening to me? Okay, moving on.
But thank you guys, like, for being dope. That's a stupid thing to say, but genuinely, you could go on these trips and leave not being friends or being I'll see you at the next YouTube event.
That's so true, actually. I would say that vacations do make and break relationships, period. Whether it's female friendships or like intimate relationships, like,
just open.
So do it. What are you waiting for?
Give it a try right now.